What's up guys, Lethal Leslie here, and today I am bringing you the first episode on my channel of any player predictions for FIFA 19 guys. And as you can see, we're going to be starting with Liverpool. That's the team I support guys, so that's obviously the team I'd like to do first, predict their players. An exciting season coming up for us. If you like the video, obviously if you like the video, it helps the channel a lot. It does help the channel grow. Subscribe if you want to see more of these player predictions or anything else. I like to dabble in a bit of everything when it comes to do with foot. So both those things will be much appreciated, guys. And without further ado, let's go into our first three players. As you can see here, we're going to be starting off with the goalkeeper Alisson, which we signed from Roma, guys. He was an 80 rated on this FIFA. I've gone ahead and given him an 84 rated, based basically on a lot of what people are saying. Obviously, I've seen him in the World Cup and the Champions League, even though we did score a lot of goals against him in the Champions League, guys. But from the people that are from Italy or watch Italian football, they really do say that Alisson has been absolutely outstanding. Probably the best keeper, maybe behind Buffon, some were saying, in the Serie A. And, Handanovic has had a great season as well, guys. But, yeah, Alisson, for me, is an 84. Maybe he'll get an 83, but I don't think he'll be less than an 83, guys. 83 or 84. And because I'm a Liverpool fan, I decided to go with 84, guys. Next up, we have the best centre-back in the world. It's going to be Dejan Lovren, guys, and he is definitely worthy of an upgrade. I've only given him a +1 upgrade to an 82. I see a lot of people giving him a 83, some even an 84, guys. I think 83, 82 is about right, and I think 82 is decent for Lovren. He does deserve an upgrade. He has had a really good year, despite what a lot of people like to. He's like a running meme, isn't he? A lot of people do like to make jokes about Lovren, and when he's coming out with stuff like he's the best centre-back, that is obviously not going to help his case, guys. But for me, I think an 82 is a fair rating. That's what I decided to give him. And now for the next player on the list, it's going to be Virgil van Dijk. And I've given him a +2 rating to an 85 rated centre-back. He has been solid for us since he came in January. He was solid for Southampton before he came in to us as well. He's had a really good year again. He was already an 83 rated, so I've given him a +2, guys. And he really is our maestro at the back. I don't know what you'd call it. He's just our safe defender. He's performed so well, and I really am looking forward to see how he performs this year for Liverpool at the back, guys. So with that being said, let's go on to the next three players, and the first one is going to be a downgrade, and it's going to be for Joel Matip. He looked okay at best last season. He had a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of just average play about him, guys. He's an average centre-back from what I've seen, really. I wasn't impressed. When he first came in, I was quite impressed. But as time went on, I became less and less impressed with him, guys. And I decided to give him a +2 downgrade here. Still a solid centre-back. Still a good centre-back, but not an 83 worthy centre-back in my opinion. So he's down too. Next up, we have a big upgrade here. And it's going to be for Robson, guys, who also had a team of the season 87 rated. I think he was a 76 or a 77 rated card. I think it was 76, his upgraded card. He had the winter upgrade. And I've given him a +4 on that, guys. And I think it's well deserved. He was one of the best fullbacks in the Premier League last season on the left side, without a doubt. Him and Ashley Young tore it up. And he definitely deserves a big upgrade, guys. Maybe 79. But personally, I don't like the look of 79. So I'm thinking 80, guys. I'm hoping he gets an 80. And the stats on the card should be quite tidy there. Next up, we have Alexander-Arnold. He's a player that's come through so well for Liverpool. He actually made it to the World Cup this year, and he has a 68 rated card on FIFA now. I'm thinking he's going to get a massive upgrade. He might be a 74. I'm hoping they'll bring Silvers back. And if they do bring Silvers back next year, so what I mean by that is that there's going to be really good Silver teams again, I would be happy for Arnold to have a 74, but I've given him a 75 just on the thought that maybe they don't bring Silvers back. And yeah, I think he's worthy of a 75. He's still very rough. And you can see that by the card stats. He's just nearing the 70 on a lot of stats. He's very rough and around the edges still, but he's still got so much quality coming through here and there in patches as well, guys. A really good player, really good prospect for Liverpool, and I expect him to do really well, guys. I'm going so slow here. Maybe I should go a bit faster, but this is a good page. Next up, we have Fabinho, Henderson, and Keita. So start with Fabinho. Obviously, he cost us about 50 million, 45 million from Monaco. He's been doing bits there. He's been linked with a lot of big clubs like Manchester United and Man City, but Liverpool managed to nab him, guys. I haven't actually boosted him, even though he had the team of the season, because an 84 rated for a CDM is still a very high rating at the end of the day. He may be an 85, but I decided to keep him as an 84, and a lot of that is to do with the fact I'm boosting Keita up to an 85, as you can see. And I think that kind of plays into EA's mind as well. They don't want to boost too many players up, so I decided to keep Fabinho as an 84, guys, and I think he's going to have a really good season for us. filling in for like maybe the Lucas Levy kind of thing. And even Henderson, he's probably a better CDM than Henderson. Only time will tell, guys. Speaking of Henderson, he's up next, and I have given him a +1 upgrade as well. He had a really good World Cup and a really good season for Liverpool, and he's just a very quality midfielder. He's a kind of guy I'm glad we signed. We've got him around. He is our captain, fantastic as well. And I'm hoping he still gets a lot of game time for Liverpool next season, even though we have brought in a lot of players. I still rate Henderson very much, guys. And the third one on this page is Keita. He is I've boosted him up from an 83 to an 85 rated. He's from Leipzig. Obviously, we bought him last season. He cost us around 60 million, guys, 58 or something like that. And yeah, we paid good money for him. But what I've seen already in the preseason games, I'm very impressed with Keita. He seems like he's got so much energy. He's one of those players that just breezes up and down the field. He's very pacey, guys. And I'm looking forward to seeing him this season. Probably one of the players I'm most looking forward to see. He's in my dream team, guys, and he's had a +2 rating here. And I think he's going to be a real big season. I think he's going to have a real big season for Liverpool this season, guys. On to the next page, and it's the rest of the midfielders, guys. Wijnaldum, not much to say about him. I decided to keep him exactly as he was, as an 82 rated. I think that's a fair rating, because he is a very, what's the word I'm looking for here? He's a very reliable midfielder, but he doesn't tend to do anything too special. He doesn't get a lot of goals. He's not obviously the best defensive, even though he is good defensive. He's kind of like a jack of all trades, guys, and you need a few jack of all trades, and I think Wijnaldum is one of them. Now, Milner, he's coming back from left back into midfield, so I've given him a +2 rating. He's up to an 82. A lot of that is to do with when you move position, the stats on your cards do reflect the position better, sometimes in different positions, so I thought he deserves a boost for that. And of course, he had a really good season for Liverpool last season, so I give him a +2 for that. With his age, will EA do that? I don't know, guys. But I definitely think he is worthy and still playing at a very high level. Like, he's definitely an 82 in my eyes, guys. 80 is a little bit too low for James Milner, considering what he gives to Liverpool in a week in, week out basis, guys. So the last player on this one is Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Unfortunately, he's out for the whole season, so whatever card he does get, that will be the best card he gets, unless he gets some random special card off EA for something else. They do tend to do that now. But Oxlade-Chamberlain is out all season, unfortunately. Had a really good first season for Liverpool, playing at centre-mid, so I expected position to be centre-mid from the start, coming in from the right mid position, guys, to centre-mid. I've upped him to an 81 from an 80 rated, because I just felt like he had a great season. I think he's got so much athleticism going up and down the pitch. He's got pace, good dribble, good shot, and his defensive stats will be coming along a lot under Klopp in the midfield as well, guys. So I definitely think he's worthy of an 81, maybe even an 82, but I decided to go with an 81, guys. But unfortunately, whatever card he gets, that will be the best card he gets. On to the front three, guys, and this is the second last page. There is one more page with a few players on, but this is the second last page for this, and this is the Wonder kids up top. Maybe there's two more pages, actually, thinking about it. And we have Mane, Salah, and Roberto Firmino. Now, Mane, I've decided to keep the same a lot because he had a really good season last season, but a lot of it's because of the fact that EA don't always like to boost up every player. You can imagine if they're going to boost up every player, they'd have to boost up every player in Liverpool from last season because of the kind of season we had. Same goes with Man City, same goes with United for some of the players, and so on, guys. So they can't boost up every player, and I think Mane might be the one to miss out up front. I expect him to stay as an 84 or maybe even an 85. I think he's worthy of an 85 without a doubt, but I wouldn't surprise if they just kept him at an 84. It's a really good rating anyway, guys. That's what I've gone for. Salah, we've boosted by 2 more on top of his 85. He was, of course, an 83. He got a winter upgrade up to an 87. We put him. I think 87 is about fair. A lot of people are saying 88, 89. I think 87 is about right for Salah. And, you know, if he has another amazing season, he'll have the 88, 89 next year. But his stats are already going to be really sick, guys. And last but not least, my favourite player, and that is Roberto Firmino. That's last but not least on this page, of course. I think he's worthy of an 86, guys. He's an 84 this season. He had an upgrade in winter as well to an 84, but he is just so important to us. I hope EA recognise that, and I hope they put him up to an 86 rated card. He would have insane stats. You can play him in centre mid. You could probably play him in CDM. You can play him in fullbacks, guys. The guy feels like he can play anywhere. He's played so many games for me on this FIFA. I got the 87 version, and he's just my favourite player on FIFA and in real life, guys. I think he's just amazing. What he does for Liverpool up front, becoming that striker when we didn't have one, and all of a sudden he's made that position his own. 86 rated for Firmino. What do you guys think? Do you think that's fair? Let me know in the comment section down below, guys. Now this one, guys, is what I believe is the second last page. It's got Shaqiri, Sturridge and Lallana. First, I've kept Shaqiri the same. He had a really good season last season for Stoke, considering they went down with assists and goals. Not really so good in defence, of course, but maybe his defence is a little high at 46 there, to be honest, guys. But I do think 82 is a fair rating for him. He's got a really good overhead kick yesterday for when I'm recording this, guys. And yeah, I just think at 82, he's going to be a really good player off the bench for Liverpool this season. I think 82 is a fair rating for him, guys. Next up, we have Daniel Sturridge. Now, he is going down again, I believe 2 on his rating. But I don't know, I just have a feeling he might have a better season this season. Maybe he's fooling me again in pre-season. But I'm kind of glad he's still around in Liverpool because he's a good sub to have. Surely, if your bottom of the barrel players are players like Daniel Sturridge, then you can't really complain, guys. Yeah, so I've given him an 80 rated, just sneaking up past the 79 that I don't get on with, guys, to an 80 rated, and hopefully this season he'll be able to stay fit and maybe do a bit more for us over the year as it goes. The last player on this page is a player now that seems to be struggling in the last few years. It's Adam Lallana. I've given him an 81 rated. He just seems to be struggling for fitness more and more as the seasons go on. He has a really good 6 months, and then he'll get injured again, guys. But now it feels like he's only getting like a month in at a time, and then he's injured again. He's been downgraded by 2 for me to an 81. Still got a lot of talent, Adam Lallana. Still got a lot of talent. But he doesn't get much chance to show that talent, unfortunately. So I've decided to put him down to an 81. And hopefully he can stay fit and play a big part for us this season. We'll have to wait and see. But my hopes are not high for Adam Lallana. And here we are, guys, on the last page and the best page. It's got probably our 3 best players on it. Starting off with Alberto Moreno, he's up to an 86 rated from a 76. I don't even know what EA were thinking putting him as a 76. He's been our best player in the defence, well, other than Clavan, as you can see next to him, for a long time now. And it's about time he got his just deserves. He's every bit as good as Alba. And I think everyone here watching this video would agree, guys. Now, the number 1 centre-back for Liverpool is, of course, Clavan. He's got pace, he's got power. You know, the guy can even rifle one from 30 yards and it'd probably go in, guys. He's good in the air, good on the floor. You know what I mean? He's even good on the bench, guys. The guy can do anything. It's Clavan. You've seen the skills. I'm not sure if he'll be upgraded to 5-star skills, but I assume so. 5-star skills, 5-star weak foot, I'd imagine, guys. Anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing Clavan play probably every minute for Liverpool again this season. And obviously just boss that defence. And last but not least, we're going for Karius, guys, who's the 90 rated goalkeeper. I think he's about as good as De Gea now. I remember when De Gea was in his first year, he had a little bit of a struggle for United, but now I think Karius is going to, you know, bounce back from handing Real Madrid the Champions League, literally handing it to them on a plate, and he's going to just end up being the best keeper in the world, guys. Of course, now, if you haven't clicked by now, this page is a complete troll, and these are just 3 players that are just not having great times at Liverpool. To be honest with Clavan's just banter. I like Clavan, he's great. Moreno, if he never played for Liverpool again, I wouldn't mind. And Karius, I just think he needs to move on. I don't think he's ever going to get his confidence back at Liverpool. I thought I'd just chuck this in there for a bit of banter, guys. And that is it. That is the Liverpool player ratings. Let me know what you think about my ratings. You know, tell me if you think I'm wrong. Tell me if you think I'm right. People too low, people too high. Tell me what you think and all that kind of stuff, guys. I'm interested to read all the comments, and I do reply to every single one, basically. And that is basically where I'm going to leave this video. If you like the video, subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks for watching, as always, and take it easy.